What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? How y'all doing? For this live stream right here. So I will be talking about my take on Star Wars future, what I would do for Star Wars, like the future shows, the shows that coming up, what shows, uh, um, be, because like they for me, right? I think the Star Wars franchise could be better because the Star Trek franchise is pretty good right now, based on the new shows that's out. Because like Star Trek Discovery, Um, I like some of it and some of it I don't. It's not a perfect show, but but the show is good though. That's the kind of thing about me though. That I don't judge a show because, in my opinion, I don't judge a show because it's bad, good, and stuff like that. In my opinion, be because like the thing about me, in my opinion, it is like I learned to give a show a chance. In my opinion, that's just me because they about me. If you try to judge a show before the show come out. But the thing about it, it is like you could look at the trailer and see is the show's gonna be good or not. That's not my problem. But my problem is that on the show could be better than the trailer sometimes, and sometimes it's not. That could be a good or bad thing about it, but that's just me. That's just me in my opinion about that. Be- Because the thing about me in my opinion, YouTube. I see y'all there, but I'll be back. Hello? 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 Ma'am? All right. Wait a minute, YouTube. I just opened the door for my family and stuff like that, and kind of like for me, in my opinion, stuff like that, based on movies, shows, and everything else like that. Shoot, I probably got to show y'all some articles on Star Wars stuff that I'm talking about. Because the thing about me in the Star Wars future, on the Star Wars future, could be good. In my opinion, now, Star Wars future is not bad, but the thing about it, I worry about the people that is writing the stuff. That's just me. That's all I worry about. I worry about people who writing it, the people who doing the shows. The thing about me, right, in my opinion, just don't be political. Just be political about it. Just have a good story. Sound like the Black Panther and stuff like that. The first one, because the first Black Panther had a good story and everything else like that. In my opinion, if they had a good story, the first Black Panther had a good story. They had good action to it, and the actors and actress was actually good in the movie. And that's just my opinion on it because they might some people might like it, some people might not like me for saying that. And kind of like for me, they got an article here saying that Pedro Pascal wearing by the magic won't be compelling to Star Wars. Let's see that article up because that's I got that article up right now. Because thing about for me, it's like the Mandarin. It is the most Star Wars right now that I see. And plus, we going on the Star Wars website. Nah, StarWars.net. Let's just see that anything good on there. Because the thing about me, in my opinion, about the Star Wars stuff, everything like that, that people don't get, it is like the Star Wars is a big galaxy, everything like that. And that was some people don't get sometimes. It's not just a one time thing. Dealing with Star Wars, Star Trek, everything else. That's just me. Because the thing about me, y'all might not like it, y'all might not like me for saying it, but Star Wars, Star Trek is good, but Star Wars is a better overall brand, I think, in my opinion. Because in my opinion, it is the reason why Disney bought Star Wars instead of Star Trek. Because think about it, the Star Trek brand is good. Star Trek, I like Star Trek, everything else like that. Oh shoot, I like Star Trek. Um, I like the old Star Trek because I like some the new ones. The new ones, I'm not too much about. I'm I'm not a big fan of the new ones, but then some of the characters I do like. I probably got to go back, look at it, and see which parts I like in the new stuff. Because thing about the old stuff, I know the Patrick Stewart, Brenda Shatner, LeVar Burton, Whoopi Goldberg, Data, George Takiti. Everybody was in the old ones. I think, in my opinion, was actually good. I think, in my opinion, and one of the captains that came before on the Patrick Stewart Star Trek. I think Deep Space Nine. I actually like that because then so I saw that show, and that show was surprisingly good. And, um, when I first saw it, because the thing about me right doing that one is like that was the one show that I was expecting to be bad, but the show wasn't actually bad though. It was actually good. It was actually a good, a good one. And kind of like it, in my opinion, stuff like that, kind of like the big old Kenobi review. Just for everybody who hears for that. And this is the part of the video is that I got me doing my stuff based on the review of Kenobi and stuff like that. Because you look at the Kenobi series, I think was not a bad series in itself. But the thing, it was some stuff that happened in it. That's true. That's I'm still trying to figure out what happened. And the Kenobi series is Star Wars. In case nobody don't know, Kenobi is a Star Wars show on just on Disney Plus. Because the show not bad, not like that. The show got problems, and plus that show had broke continuity. Just for anybody who wanted to debate me on that, because that show had break continuity like a mug. Be, because the thing about me, in my opinion, is I know that Darth Vader and plus Kenobi is not supposed to meet until, in my opinion, how can I say this? Kenobi and Darth Vader is not in my opinion supposed to, in my opinion, they're not supposed to meet until he old. I think, in my opinion, and they kind of broke, it, in my opinion, about that. Because the thing about me, right? The thing about the Kenobi and stuff like that, and kind of like in my opinion and stuff like that, and kind of like right. You see, like, I'm live streaming. You wild for. Yeah, Jay said he gonna get the abs whack. And kind of like in my opinion on stuff like that, that's just my sister. And kind of like in my opinion, the stuff like that, it sound like some people just might like for saying it, some people might not. The big old Kenobi series is not a masterpiece. It's like a 3.5 to 4 star show. If you take if you go in the fresh 3.5 to 4 star show, I think in my opinion it could be, because the thing about it, in my opinion, on the stuff like that. I mean, and it's just my system and stuff. Shucks. And kind of like in my opinion, on the stuff like that, in my opinion, they could be a good thing, bad thing, everything else like that. They could be good, bad, and everything in between, in my opinion. Is it sounds like, in my opinion, stuff like that, based on the movies, the shows, and everything else like that, which I know and stuff like that is not good. Because think about it, if you look at it objectively, in my opinion, if you look at it objectively, the show is not perfect, but the show is good, in my opinion. And that's kind of what it's kind of like confusing at the same time. For me, right, in my opinion, it's kind of like confusing at the same time, because then, like, if you look at it as a whole, if you look at it from the old original trilogy to the prequels and stuff like that, then you will find stuff that's wrong with the show, everything like that. And that's just my opinion on that. Because think about it, the show might not be. The show is actually good, in my opinion. The show is good. That just they had some pacing problems in between, and plus my kind of thing is about it is I kind of got some questions based on the big old Kenobi stuff. I think in my opinion, because think about it, um, how was you not training for 10 years if you're hiding from the? You should be training in secret is somewhere just where the dark that just where the dark side just can't track you. I think in my opinion. So shoot, I think they did it just for some kind of plot device and stuff like that. I think that by the time the final episode would come, it would feel like he is a complete he found light. He found light in some kind of complete thing. I think, in my opinion, which was good or a bad thing. But the thing about but that fight was actually good though. That on that fight is actually good. They had that on that Darth Vader versus Kenobi fight. That was actually a good fight. And plus that Reva fight versus Darth Vader. Ooh, that was good too. Shoot, that wasn't bad, but that was good as well. It was actually good. It was actually a good thing in my opinion. But and that's kind of like a good thing in my opinion. That's actually a good thing in my opinion that the show is actually good. And kind of like in my opinion about that is like some people, some people that I think in my opinion it's kind of like how can I say this? Some people, some people I think hate on character Reva because she black. I think everything like that. But kind of for me it's like shoot I didn't like Reba because the thing about it she didn't respect rank. Because the thing about for me, right? If you didn't respect rank, I think in my opinion, then if you respect rank, she should have did it secretly instead of her doing out in the open. I think in my opinion, because the thing about it, I think this was some kind of directing thing. I think that could have been done on set. Because the thing about for me, right? If you don't like it, she should show it in her expression and stuff like that. I think she did it. But the thing about for me is like her killing her, just her head commander, just didn't look right. Because the thing about it, didn't he have more experience? I think, in my opinion, about it. But shoot, that just me. I just mean about it. That's how I didn't like it. Because the problem me I got for that is a big problem. That's what I had. I had a big problem with that. It sounds like some people might not like me for saying it, but that's what I did have a big problem with that. In my opinion, I did have a big problem with that. Because the thing about me, shoot, the things I like, things I didn't like, and stuff like that, and kind of like the other things I like, didn't like, everything else like that. You might like it, might not like it, and that just my opinion on it. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. That just all I know. Th- That just all I know about the Star Wars universe. Because think about it, when the Star Wars universe Disney is good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. When it's average, when it's average, it's average. Because you look at it, the Bad Batch, the show wasn't that the show that show had to grow on me, but the show is kind of don't make no sense to a point because the thing about me, but this was a Bad Batch is the thing about it. If she was raised on just an inside all her life, the girl that's on the Bad Batch show, if you seen Star Wars and everything else like that, and you don't know how to do it, wait a minute, YouTube. And you got no rag? No. You ain't got no green rag? No. What happened to your rags? All my rags in a bucket. Get out. You gotta wash those. Um. Shit. Shit. Sorry, YouTubers out there. It's just my sisters being loud, stuff like that, and kind of like it. In my opinion, stuff like that. Time for shows, movies, and everything else like that. And kind of like the article, and kind of like the article on show I'm about to share is about the Pedro Pascal thing, and stuff like that, and kind of like in my opinion, stuff like that, and kind of like for me, right, sure, in my opinion, kind of like the shows, the movies of Star Wars, that future don't look too bright. Time for like directors because the thing about for me, right, because they had Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson, in my opinion, he supposed to have did it. That shoot, he supposed to did a movie, a trilogy. But thing about it, shoot, his Last Jedi stuff, he got canceled. Lord Miller, I think, supposed to did Rogue One. He got fired halfway through. Then they got Ron Howard to finish off. Then they had Lord Howard to finish off Rogue One. And kind of like in my opinion, the stuff like that, time for like the movies of Star Wars, it's in between. It's in between. It's just average. Kind of like the shows, the best Star Wars show on Disney Plus is The Mandalorian. Then shoot, I just say Kenobi. Then shoot, I put Bad Batch. Be, be it because think about it for me, right? In my opinion, and stuff like that. So like in my opinion, some people might like it, some people might not. But the thing about me, in my opinion about it, is like, how can I say this? I don't like, how can I say this? How could I say this without being mean? How can I say this? How can I say this without being mean? I just don't like the one way thing that Disney do. Because the thing about for me, if you gotta write a show with politics, have it have it done by both eyes and lenses and stuff like that. But the thing about me, in my opinion, is like you doing a movie, politics shouldn't even be part of a movie, in my opinion. It shouldn't even be that. Because the thing about it, if you do a good movie, let the movie be good by itself. That just me. That's what I learned. That's what I want people to do. That's why they're directing movies, shows, everything else like that. And kind of like for me, shoot, in my opinion, it's like shoot, I got an article to read based on the Star Wars net thing. I think, in my opinion, shoot, because they had like an article based on the Star Wars stuff, the latest Star Wars stuff. Because then about me, it's like I'm hoping that's actually good. I hope the Star Wars stuff actually good because think about it. After the Star Wars topic, I would go into the MCU. The MCU and for the DCU. No. I'll just do DC next week. I'll do the MCU and Star Wars today. Opinion is like they have, and kind of like in my opinion, some people might like, some people might not. And kind of like in my opinion is like if they gotta do something with sequel trilogy, they gotta erase certain events. They gotta have to erase um they gotta have to erase Lord Plagueis, from the future shows. They gotta have to erase him. And that's kind of like in my opinion about it. Should we gotta have to erase it? And that's kind of like my opinion on it. That and kind of like for me, right? Should did the this sequel trilogy could have been better is Kathleen Kennedy, I think, would not, in my opinion, just have let Ryan Johnson kill Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. Why in the world would you do that? That was the most move that they could have did, I think, in my opinion. Be, because the thing about it, should because she like me, like Kathleen Kennedy didn't care that she just wanted something different on screen. She did, and that's the bad thing about it. Just having something different and just being good is two different things. You can want in my opinion, something different all you want to. But the thing about it is like you got to make sure that it is good. And that's kind of like in my opinion about that. And that's kind of like in my opinion about some stuff. Because you look at some of the stuff I think in my opinion could be good or bad. That like everybody might not like it. That on the new stuff and everybody didn't like it. Because think about it, Ryan Johnson seemed like that he didn't he did not know nothing about the force doing that movie. JJ he must move that Jedi movie sucked, in my opinion. And this is the Mandalorian is still the most popular Star Wars series on Disney Plus. That's what that's kind that this is me. I am not surprised because you look at the Mandalorian show itself, it is not political. It got a good story. It builds up by episode by episode. It had a slow build each episode. It had good action, good dialogue, and certain one of those stuff. And puts the Mandalorian actually act like a Mandalorian, in my opinion. It's different factions of Mandalorian, and certain ones, in my opinion, just got certain rules and stuff like that. Certain ones is more radical than others, but that's me. That's how the Star Wars universe just had different characters, different people, and everybody is different. We might not like it, but that's everybody is different too. Does to a point, in my opinion, about that. And this said that live action show have been released for live action release of both in the open Kenobi. But that's what the Boba Fett show wasn't bad as everybody think it is. But the show was kind of good. And they could have had him doing much more action scenes, I think, and him acting like a bounty hunter, I think, in my opinion, hunting down hunt down people that killed the same people he was raised with. Just having him hunting them down just for a bounty, I think, in my opinion, would have been good. And that could have built up his story around it. I think my opinion would have been good, in my opinion. The viewership, their first 5 episodes, Obi-Wan concluded that the first 4 weeks availability, 3.3 billion minutes of viewership in the US. Meanwhile, let me see. Let me keep on reading it. 3.3 billion, while The Mandalorian season 1 had 2.5 billion minutes of viewership in the first 4 weeks. Released to okay. Happened back when Disney had less than 25 million subscribers in the US. Oh shoot, that's dang that. And that's how you know the show good. That's how you know the show good because people keep on going back, looking at it, just trying to see if this show is good. Just I go back and last episode, just see what they so and stuff like that. In my opinion, shoot, that'd be good. That'd be real good in my opinion. But everybody different though. Everybody's way different on that part, and that just me. That just me on that. But everybody different though. I would say it's several factors. The favor of the Mandalorian was released before the Rise of Skywalker, in everyone's mind. It faced less competition based on Disney Plus, and plus Kenobi faced off against. Come on now, come on, man. We can't make no excuses now. If a show is good, the word of mouth will be good, and other people just will look at it. We cannot say it go against this, it go against that. We cannot say this. We cannot say it, and we cannot be making excuses for shows and movies stuff like that that actually failed just to perform. I think, in my opinion, Kenobi did not fail to perform without viewership and stuff. But the thing, in my opinion, is like the show Kenobi had broke canon because you look at it, Kenobi and Darth Vader would not have meet during that time. He wouldn't. Because you look at Darth Vader, in my opinion, would have been hunting down Jedi's and stuff like that. And he would have been doing it. He would have hunting down Jedi's that's experienced, rookies, in between everything like that, hunting them down, killing them, and stuff like that. And plus, he never could have found Kenobi. Just until just until Luke Skywalker grew up and stuff like that. And that just me. Be because like for me, it seemed like doing that part of the article, it seemed like it kind of an excuse and just try to say that Miss Marvel had taken away just for Kenobi, and that's not true. Because the thing about the Miss Marvel show is not the best show. Because you look at the end of that show, it tried to say that show's a mutant. And plus I say to myself, Miss Marvel is not a mutant. She is a inhuman. She is she is she is not a mutant. She is an inhuman. And inhuman is different than mutants. They got powers, but they're kind of different at the same time. And that's kind of like I don't get sometimes. That's about some of our points to a point if you look at it. Because you look at it just to a point like that it don't got bad, I think, on it and stuff like that. Based on the Mandalorian show, the Mandalorian show is actually the best show season for season on the Star Wars. I think uh, up in there. I think, in my opinion, because you look at Star Wars with the animation cartoon and stuff like that. Shoot, I like the first episode, and plus the one with the little kids in the rock band. I like it. It was a little kid good episode and stuff like that. But that first episode was a beast. That first episode was a beast in my opinion. Because you look at it, that first episode was good. That episode wasn't bad. That episode was actually good. If you look at it to a point. If you look at it all the way through, that was actually a good episode. Which is not a bad episode in itself. Because you try to look at some of the episodes separately, I think, in my opinion, it's still good. be be because the thing about it, if you want to recommend to a person that just not getting to Star Wars, if they want to look at if they don't want to look at the movies, I would recommend the Mandalorian, not the Bad Batch, not Obi-Wan. I would tell them my opinion to look at the Mandalorian first. Look at the Mandalorian show first. Then you look at um Boba Fett. Then you look at Kenobi. Then my third show I would have committed to the shows is Boba Fett. Those three, and that's just me. Because the thing about it, some people might like it, some people might not like me for saying it. Some people might not like me for saying it. But we got to do better time for shows, movies, and everything else. And that what we don't do. Hold ourselves accountable. That that we do not, I think, hold ourselves accountable when we wrong based on predictions based on the shows. Because you look at the Wonder Vision show, it was a lot of people mad and stuff like that. Just instead of them looking in the mirror, I think, in my opinion, just not hype up a show. Because the thing about for me, before the Wonder Vision show come out, I always knew that show probably wouldn't follow the MCU, and I was right. Because you look at the show, they keep on saying that she was born with the powers and stuff like that, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Because you look at the on the Ultron movie of WandaVision, which I which I look at which I look at, which wasn't a best Avengers movie, but the movie was this though. And that kind of like me and an opinion about that. Because the show be because the show, what I think in my opinion, is not actually bad. It's not actually a bad opinion at all. Because yeah, because we might not like it on our own and stuff like that. We might not like the show. But the thing do got in my opinion, because it do get in my opinion, and stuff like that. So we might not like it. That we might not like it, everything like that. Everything like that. That just about the shows, movies, everything like that. You, we might not agree on everything. But we should agree on that the One Division show should have been better. And that just me. So you look at it, the One Division show should have been better. Because you look at the show all up in a bunch and like that and stuff like that. The One Division show should not, in my opinion, been that confusing for some people to figure out. Because you look at on the show, the white vision is the real vision. Because the other vision that was in Wonder World wasn't the real vision, which is kind of like confusing at the same time until you look at the show. Then they had Vision body, everything like that, and which I don't get to a point and say, if she always had these powers and stuff like that, then why? Okay, and that's kind of like me up in a nutshell about the one Vision show. It kind of got um, it kind of get people confused based on certain stuff you see, which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or bad thing. Like it just depends on your taste if you like the show or not. And getting back to Star Wars, everything like that, it's like the Mandalorian. It's actually a good show. The Mandalorian is a good show. I like that on the Rise of Skywalker. It's actually a bad movie. It's not a good movie at all. Because the thing about for me, in my opinion, is like for people that who try to say that movie good, it's not actually a good movie, y'all. It's not. It got good parts to it, but the movie is not the best movie for you to actually come by. I think, in my opinion, it's not actually the best well thought out movie. If y'all know what I mean, time for the Rise of Skywalkers. Because the Last Jedi ruined it. because the first movie, episode 7, was actually good. I actually like that one. The episode 7 was actually a good one. But still, in my opinion, it's like episode 8 and 9 that kind of messed up the whole flow of the Star Wars universe because of episode 8 and 9. And plus, the Star Wars people that's over Star Wars, they need to erase, in my opinion, like it or not, episode 8 and 9. They need to, or just make it one of Elseworld stuff. I think, in my opinion, which will be good. Because think about, for me, if you actually make it a good Elseworld story, that's actually be a good thing. Which I think, in my opinion, would actually be good. But the thing about it for me is, like, I know that they won't do it. They will still try to make that movie canon, which they know that people hate it. I didn't hate the movie, but the movie was bad. Because think about, for me, if I was over the company, I'd probably say just erase that movie. Just put that movie up in the Elseworld things or something like that. Just put it up in the Elseworld stuff. That's just me. That what I would have did. I would have put it up in an Elseworld type story. And it sounds like some people, some people might agree on that, some people might not. But the thing about, for me, in my opinion, is like, I know this movie should be an Elseworld movie because that movie should not be one of those movies that should be canon, just in the universe. It should not, because y'all might not like me for saying it. But the Star Wars Episode 9 should not be canon, and they can, and same people. That's what, in my opinion, just make them like a different personality type. I think no. I wouldn't make them different personality type, but they still they make Finn force sensitive though. They still need to do that, which I think, in my opinion, be a good thing. Because you look at it, Finn had supposed to be force sensitive. It seemed like, I think, doing the movies, and kind of like episode 8 and 9, they kind of they, they kind of seemed like, in my opinion, they kind of forgot about it, and they kept Finn and Ray apart, which I don't get why. I kind of get why, because of recent people probably wouldn't want to see it, and that's the bad thing about the thing about Disney, that they kind of for the money of the movies and stuff like that. That some people might not like it, some people will. Because the thing about me, in my opinion, which I do like about the Star Wars universe, like, got dark side, they got Sith, Jedi, crooks, they got everybody in between, they got underworld, they got a character just for everybody to like. Different characters, different religions went in the Star Wars universe and stuff like that. If you look at the history of it and stuff like that, some people might not like it, some people will. But the thing about me, in my opinion, which I do like about it, which I do like about it, in my opinion, it's not like, if y'all like it, y'all like it. Y'all don't, y'all don't. And that's kind of like the thing. Like, I do agree with everything like that. It sounds like the Star Wars universe, which I think, in my opinion, could be good again. No, not good, but excellent again. If they get writers, that's not, in my opinion, politically charged. I think, and just don't try to throw stuff in there just to do it. Just try to worry about a good story, and that's it. And that's just me. Because the thing about it, shoot, I think the director, writers, everybody John, is like to try to put a movie or show out there that's not politically driven. Some people might like it, some people might not, but that's just me, in my opinion, about it. And they said that, um the Boys season 3 also delivered streaming history, delivered very strong numbers. If you look at The Boys actually a good show. The Boys is a good show, but the Boys aren't rated though. It sounds like a knockoff on Justice League, which I didn't like to a point. But the thing about it, the show's actually good though. The show's not bad as everybody making out the scenes and stuff like that. That's kind of like my thing. It's okay. Kind of like for me, in my opinion, is trying to make a show to be bad, everything else like that. Then you should not be looking at the show, which I think is kind of dumb. If you look at it, if you look at it, in my opinion, it's kind of dumb for you to be complaining about a show, everything like that, and keep on looking at it. And kind of like for me, it's kind of like I learned that some people complain about shows and movies because they actually care about it, and but them kind of people reviews and YouTubers, I I actually agree with it. I agree with them based on those stuff because you look at it as a whole because you look at it as a whole and stuff like that because you look at it as a whole everything else like that. It's like we know that when we say good movie and show like that, we look at Top Gun good movie, Mission Impossible movies, Tom Cruise movies always be. And kind of like Star Wars, the Star Wars franchise this need to learn from Tom Cruise, I think, in my opinion. That time for movies, what they want in movies, how it listen to the fans, and everything else like that. But that's just me, though. That just me on that. But everybody different, though. If y'all like it, y'all like it. Y'all don't, y'all don't. And that's what they need to learn about that. And there was also longer on average, 40. Because they made some of the episodes kind of short based on Kenobi, though, which I didn't like. But I understand it, though. Because you look at some of these articles and stuff like that while reading, oh man, it's actually good. The shoot, if you look at some of these Mandalorian stuff, everything like that we see, it's actually good. The Mandalorian shows, movies, everything like that is good because you look at season right now, the Mandalorian got over 5.3 billion, and that is season one. And kind of like the show, the big old Kenobi, he should have got that about that much since the original trilogy and stuff like that, and everybody wanted to see him. But it seemed like to me that they didn't care about that. But it seemed like Disney wasn't caring about the fans, what the fans wanted to see based on the character of Kenobi, everything like that. Because you look at it, some of the stuff is actually good, actually like that. Some of the stuff is actually good. Some of the stuff is not good for some. Some people like it, some people don't. And that was some people I think just need to learn sometime because you look at it, when you make the show the right way, some people might not like it, some people don't. And for the Obi-Wan show was not the right way. Because you look at the Mandalorian show is actually good, I think, in my opinion. The Mandalorian show, each season was good. Then the last one. First one, good. Second one, better. Third one, better. Fourth one, good. Better. It, it each season they had a bad episode, but the thing about it, overall, I think my opinion is actually good. Overall was good, and that's kind of like in my opinion. What I like about the Star Wars universe, and everything like that, is like you could find your favorite character, niches, series, everything like that. Be, because the thing about it, my favorites is not like the prequels. I like the prequels, episode one, episode three, and episode two. Episode two was good. it wasn't the most action packed, but episode two wasn't bad though. Episode two wasn't bad though. That was people just need to stop calling it the worst because the prequels, all three of the prequels better than the sequel trilogy right now, and that just me. Because everybody, y'all can agree, not agree. If y'all got questions to ask me about that, and y'all can type it down below, everything like that. And kind of like this is the end of this part of the screen. No, the end of this part of the screen. Just don't leave the screen. I'm just cut this part out for a clip when I do. And this is the end of this part. And kind of like for me that this is about the MCU on this part. The on the MCU future is not bad. But my problem right now is with this character right here. Because this character right here, they call her the first mutant. And the thing about me, I got a problem with that. Because you look at it, WandaVision and Quicksilver was mutants, not Miss Marvel. Y'all can like it or not. They might not do it. But the thing about it, the thing about all my souls who listen to this, that's what. If they make the Black Panther movie, if Shuri is Black Panther, and she become Queen, and Storm come into the MCU, then you might see Shuri and Storm get married. I'm not sure that might happen. That might happen. Shoot, y'all might not like me for saying it, but that's what. Yeah, they just might do it. If they do it, then y'all can come back to the screen and tell me I'm right. If I'm wrong, y'all can tell me I'm wrong too. But that's just me. But the thing about me and my opinions about the MCU is not a bad universe. They got some bad movies, they got some good ones, they got some average. And that's just me. Because you look at it as a whole, the MCU, I think, in my opinion, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it might not be perfect for everybody, but so it's good for most people up in the general public. Which I don't get how they're I don't know how people are getting this perfect and stuff for that universe perfect because you look at it, it's not actually a perfect universe. Because you look at the MCU right now, that's not the Miss Marvel is not a mutant, y'all. Don't let the Miss Marvel show and people trick you in articles and stuff like that. Miss Marvel is not the first mutant. She is not a mutant. She is a inhuman. Because y'all might not know that if y'all didn't read the comics or look at the or just do your research on it. Because you look at it as a whole and stuff like that. You look at it as a whole. Miss Marvel, I think in my opinion, is not. She is not a mutant. She is a human. It's different than mutants because you look at Black Bolt is an inhuman. Black Bolt is inhuman and stuff like that. And that was some people I think just need to realize that because everybody, in my opinion, some people might not like me saying this, but you look at it, that on the Black Bolt stuff, I think in the movie was done because we all know that Black Bolt got resistance to mind, just to mind control. and that's just me. Because thing about for me, in my opinion, is like y'all might like it, y'all might not like me for saying it. But you look at the articles, everything like that, of, just the Miss Marvel, everything like that, it's actually good. Because like the Miss Marvel, I think could actually be a good character, but the thing about it, I probably cast her to be older. Just be honest with you. Just be honest with you, I probably cast her to be older. Because she probably wouldn't be so young in my opinion. Because the thing about for me is like I kinda sick of kids. I kinda sick of young heroes like heroes that's in high school. I'll probably make them like a senior in high school going to college. That's probably the youngest I might make it. And that just me and my opinion on that. Be- Because the thing about me, right, it sounds like why would they put why would they put Miss Marvel as the first mutant, which don't make no sense unless they're doing it as some kind of way to introduce the X-Men or for her to go to school or something like that. Be, because the thing about my opinion is like, if she don't count, if she don't count as an X-Men or something like that, then I don't know who actually count as an X-Men. So she's not. If she's if she don't go to school, then the X-Men, I think, in my opinion. Because you look at it as a whole, it's like it seems like the MCU is mixing a whole lot of stuff to it. Because think about for me, it's not a bad idea to make her. It's actually a bad idea to make her a mutant. But the thing about it, they should have introduced Black Bolt inside the show for her to be like a movie or a show and things like that. That's just me. Because that's just me in my opinion. Because the thing about me in my opinion, it's like Miss Marvel, I think could be like a good character in the future. But the thing about for me, in my opinion, is that they made her too young. Because it kind of seems like Disney, in my opinion, is trying to go for the kids market. But the thing about me, right? It sounds like kids. It's not kids no more. Come on, man, y'all can't make them too young because because you plan on making heroes and stuff like that, and then put a face of these villains. They're too young. They're too young, man. In my opinion, to be doing that. Because damn about it, Miles Morales, I think. Shoot, he can't be too young either. Because he cannot be too young either. And that's that some people just don't get. Because you want to reach kids, but the thing about for me, it's like kids were looking at the movies from Avengers, Iron Man, everything like that all before. Guess what? You don't need to cast um actress and actress that's young, I think in my opinion, to be that. Could have thing about it. The actress that played Miss Marvel, I actually like her. She was actually good in the role. I like her. I like her. I like her as Miss Marvel. But the thing about for me, if I was doing it, I'd probably cast somebody a little bit older. I think, in my opinion, like 18 or older. Because thing about for me, right? Because in my opinion, if you like facing scrolls and everything else had that, you put your facing scrolls, super scrolls, Doctor Doom, and everybody from the X-Men villains is coming. And you telling me that you forming a young Avengers with this one, just with Miss Marvel? Mm-mm. No, because she gotta have wait a couple of years. Because you look at Tom Holland, Tom Holland was an older person right now. But that he don't look it, but Tom Holland is older. But in my opinion, it sounds like making Tom Holland too young mess it up, man. it messed up the stuff, I think, in my opinion. And kind of like the next thing I like about Marvel was I liked it, then I didn't like it at the same time. It had promise in the movies, but this movie right here, Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. The Multiverse of Madness is not actually a bad movie. Uh, sound like some people might like it, some people might not. But then about it, the the Multiverse of Madness might not is not a bad movie overall, which I think, in my opinion, was it was actually one of the best Phase Four movie besides the Spider-Man movie. The Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, those was the two best ones, in my opinion. Those are the best ones, in my opinion. Some people might not agree on that, but that's what the Doctor Strange, the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is actually a good movie, in my opinion. Some people might not like me for saying it, but it's actually good. And plus, like, for the this show right here, this movie right here did better than the Kenobi story in 6 episodes, and with this movie did it in 2.5, 3 hours. It's actually good, but the problem was, in my opinion, is something like, that Doctor Strange good, but you still don't trust him. You catch him every time like that, which don't make no sense, in my opinion. But they keep and play the kill Professor Xavier, which I didn't like in the movie. They didn't like. I did not like her killing Professor Xavier. That they could have had them fighting mentally at the end. I think that's helping out Miss Marvel. I think, in my opinion, but everybody different on that. If I was doing that shoot that Sam Raimi, I think, just did a good job at it, because he did a good job at the movie. The Doctor Strange met with the rest of the man's movie. That's one of the best Phase Four movies, I think, so far. It is. It's actually good. And for the American Chavez, um, she kind of young, but I probably cast her to be older, in my opinion. She probably be older, in my opinion. I probably cast her to be older. Elizabeth Olsen, she was excellent in the movie. Wong was excellent. I like him in the movie because you see Wong supposed to be up in She-Hulk show as a cameo thing or something like that, but I'm not sure. Shoot, because I'll probably look at that show and see if it's good or not. But it seems like it gotta be. And for the next thing that I'm not worrying about is how can I say this? It's kind of like the Captain America 4. I'm not worrying about that movie because the movie seems like it's gonna be good. I think because you look at the first three Captain America movies was good. Why would I worry about this one unless I see the trailer and for the movie seem like it's gonna be bad, and that's when I just gotta worry. And YouTube, Twitch, this is the end of my opinions based on the MCU and DCU. No, the MCU, and this is my last thought based on the MCU. On the MCU, which I think, in my opinion, is good, but the quality went down a bit. That's just me. If you agree, disagree, you can put it in the comments. In the comments after the stream over, because the stream about to end right here. And YouTube, Twitch, everybody. I will see y'all later and see y'all next time. If y'all got questions to ask me, if y'all got questions to ask me, and stuff like that ask me anything like that, just do next stream, then you can put it down below. Um, you can put it down below this live stream, and plus I will answer it next live stream. You got questions about my opinions, or you got new topics. I'll see y'all later, and y'all have a good day.